Guess who's back, bitches? Like a fine wine or whiskey in a flask. Stabbing Crystal on our last task.
Rosé all day.
Fresh from our reception in our reception hats, which the video's not quite capturing. We'll have to adjust that later.
We'll send you all a screenshot.
God, it's really horrible that I can't see my bird. There it is. Okay.
So, we just returned to the States from the after party.
You know, like Jay-Z talks about, but much more entertaining, much more VIP. It's Prince Harry and, Duke and Duchess, Harry and Meghan party. So we'll start off with the most important thing, the dress.
The dress was lovely.
Stella McCartney. Oh, perfection.
Absolute perfection. This is the dress I feel like she should have wore when she walked down the aisle.
I mean, with a veil, it would have been perfect.
I would have married her myself at that point.
Halter top, ruching. Oh,
perfection.
But speaking of perfection, that ginger perfection that is beside her.
He was channeling James Bond in that magnificent black tuxedo. Talk about pussy galore. So, they drove away from the castle in a vintage Jaguar.
Yes.
It was electric because they care about the environment. I appreciate that.
Yes, the license plates had the wedding date on it. No details spared. You know, they don't miss anything. Mindy Weiss has nothing on the breasts.
Nothing at all.
It's beautiful.
So, as they drove away from the castle on the way to the private reception at the Frogmore House, they were waving to the commoners again. We were right behind them in the motorcade. We saw this firsthand. We got to the Frogmore House. Prince Charles gave a speech. It was quite lovely. Would you like to talk more about the speech?
Yes, he stood up and he gave a quite, the typical father speech. I'm proud of you, son. You've made a good decision. We welcome her with open arms into the family. Blah blah blah. It was lovely.
Pomp and circumstance.
My mind was basically on past the fish, where's the crumpets?
It was lovely fish they had. So, speaking of food, they had a lemon meringue cake with elderberry syrup. It was quite different for a royal wedding, but it was quite nice, refreshing.
Yes, the syrup, the elderberry syrup, was made on the Queen's estate from her elderberries. And they also had an elderberry cocktail. That was the signature cocktail of the evening. I'd rather stick to my whiskey in a flask.
But we do quite enjoy the Saint Germain, which is made from the elderberry flower. We drank the last of our supply on the private jet on the way home.
Yes.
Speaking of speeches, did you hear Will's speech to Harry? It's more like a roast, actually, than a speech.
I was out having a fag. I totally missed that one.
Speaking of fag, for all you Yanks, make sure you Google that, but not on Urban Dictionary.
Oh, I just figured Debbie would know what that was. It's a ciggy. Thanks very much.
Yes. So, he asked all of us Yanks not to steal the swords on our way out this evening. I may or may not have put one under my dress in my Spanx. I'll never admit to anything. No one saw me. You can't prove a thing.
And another time we were away from the table, I was hiding swords myself. But I didn't bring it home with me.
Oh!
Unfortunately, it wasn't royal, but it was quite stiff. Anyway, back to the festivities. There were some of the celebrities did make the cut into the final party. Serena Williams being one of them. Oh, lovely Versace fall 2018 dress, stunning again, hair down, beautiful.
Was it Versace or Oscar de la Renta? I can't remember.
I believe it was Versace. I couldn't swear to it. It looked fabulous either way. I was pissed by noon. What am I talking about? I'm not really sure.
We have been quite pissed all day, haven't we?
God, what a long day.
So, we hope that Megs is enjoying the crown jewels this evening.
Good on you, girl.
Good on you, mates. So we wish them nothing but love and luck.
Yes, and one thing I would like to remind everyone, or not necessarily remind, but just throw in there. I did mention earlier in a video that I was going to mention my top dress of the night. Is she happened to belong to James Blunt's wife. Don't know her name, don't care to know her name. It's not a very popular choice, but it's my choice, and her dress was my favourite.
It was very lovely, very floral. I appreciated it. Very spring-like. I'm still trying to figure out who in the bloody hell invited James Blunt. I mean, Ed Sheeran was not there, which we were quite looking forward to. A duet of Don't Go Breaking My Heart with Sir Elton.
You know, James Blunt looks like a ambulatory
Tom
Tom Cruise just came out of Botched.
Oh,
I don't know. He can sing a note though.
Yes, he did.
We have seen him in a concert.
We have seen him live, you know, from backstage because, you know, we're VIP.
Yes, so.
All day, every day.
But a last note, you know, I know my choice for favourite dress isn't popular. It did look like quite a cross-stitched pillow, but it was my favourite and it's my choice and it's our video, so
my favourite was Kitty.
Yes, she was my second. Kitty was my second.
Kitty was my favourite.
If you were going to say them all, I was going to drench you in rosé.
No, I don't like mustard.
No, or more.
Well, until the next royal event, we're signing off now. We wish you champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Cheers, mate. Should we have some exit music?
I don't have any cued.
That's fine. I'll see you all later.
Kiss you.